Welcome, class. My name is Mrs. Hochgraby, and I'm going to be your teacher this year in geometry. Now, the way that this math class is going to look will seem a little different than what you're used to. We're going to be flipping our classroom, which is a different kind of an idea. And I want to take a few moments just to make sure that you understand what this is going to look like. And parents, this may be helpful for you as well. The first thing I want you guys to realize when I say flipping the classroom, we're not going to be standing on our heads in here, but what we're going to be doing is the traditional homework that you're used to is what we'll be doing in class. And what you're used to as your class work where you're taking notes is going to be done at home. So we're flipping the order of which we do things. The homework that you're going to actually have now, you'll be given videos, links to videos, and some questions to just try on your own at home to be able to learn the concept. It's still going to be me teaching you. I'm just going to be doing it while you're at home. This optimizes then the time that we have together. So during class, you're going to be working on your traditional homework, the classroom problems that we're going to be making sure that you understand to be able to make sure that we're confident with the material. The content that we cover will be over the notes that you watched on the video from the night before. So it's really important that you keep up with those videos and watching your homework. So what will this class look like? You're going to come to class and you need to make sure that you've completed the notes, you've watched the video, you've done the examples. You can either print those notes and then just fill in the examples as you go, or you can write them in your notebooks like you're used to doing kind of traditionally as well. Either will be fine. We're going to begin class each day by briefly just highlighting any key concepts from our notes that you viewed from the night before that I want to make sure that you are really good with before we move on. You're going to have the remaining class time then to work on the classwork and to be able to ask questions as they arise. I want you guys to ask those questions. That's the whole purpose of doing this, is I'm going to be there to answer your questions as you go. You're going to have time in class to then check your work, and you're going to have time to work on a challenge question every day. That challenge question is worth 1 extra credit point if you get it correct, so you will get up to 1 extra credit point each day. Now, why are we doing this? In a traditional classroom, there's not very much time for individual questions to be answered. Usually your teacher is just telling you information, and there's time usually that a few kids get to ask questions, but I want to make sure that I can get to every single student. So that's why we're going to be flipping this year. Also, our classroom is going to become kind of a collaborative environment. If you have stuck, you're going to have lots of resources. You're going to have your notes. You're going to have each other to work with because you're all in class together. I'm going to be here to ask questions too. So there's going to be a lot of different ways that you can get help if you get stuck on something. Also, hopefully your absences would be less stressful. I know that, especially with geometry, I have a lot of students in this class that I'm sure are going to be involved in some form of extracurricular activity. If you are ever pre-abbed, have a pre-excused absence because you know that you're going to be gone for maybe a track meet or a swim meet or a golf tournament, something that's coming up, you're going to be able to get access to the notes and have your homework to work on to where really catching up in geometry hopefully will not be that labor intensive for you. All right, so your role when you come to class, this is what you're supposed to be doing. You should have already viewed the notes from the night before, and you should have worked through any of those examples that I have for you to work through ahead of time. When you come to class, you need to make sure that you are trying each problem on your own first. The only way to really make sure that you're getting something is if you are doing it. So I want you to try them on your own first. If you have questions, first look back at your notes. If you're still stuck, check with a partner. If you're still stuck, please ask me. I want to help you through this class. I want to make sure that you're confident in the material that we cover. So please make sure that you're asking if you get stuck. Once your homework is completed, you're going to be responsible for checking your homework, making sure that you got it correct, and then make sure you show me your corrected work, and then make sure that you work on that challenge question for extra credit. So then you may be saying, well, then what's your role, Mrs. Hochgraby? Well, here's my role. My role is, first of all, to do a quick recap of the notes and to stress any key concepts. And I'm going to be walking around the room first each class to make sure that you've completed your notes. But then I'm also going to be walking around the room to help you. I want my role as your teacher, I'll be teaching you the lessons through these videos, but I want my role as your teacher to really be able to help you and to make sure that you are understanding the concepts that you're going to be learning in class. once you've completed your homework, I want to be able to look over that with you. I want to be able to hopefully direct you in the right direction if you have any misconceptions. And I want to make sure that if you have questions, you're able to ask me. And then also, again, I'm going to look over your challenge questions once you finish those as well. I hope this gives you a quick idea of what this flipped classroom is going to look like, and I look forward to this year working with you guys. Have a great day.